Big thank you to CTAS, our live streaming partners. And of course, in goal action brought to you by Pete Storming. So Corey, fast 40 on the first 40, or the fast 40 or the footy? Fast 40 minutes.
Something like that. Really good first half. Looking forward to the second half, and you do get the feeling it needs to be Howick who score first. This Mount Albert team really had a hold on the majority of that game, bar the short period where they were down to 12 men. For the Lions, dare say the message will be just keep doing what you're doing. Probably a couple of errors and penalties that they could tidy up a bit, but other than that, a really good first half from last year's runners-up. As we see the Hornets now working the ball forward via Reece Charlie. Jethro Friend misses out Williams this time, goes to Prendergast. Sorensen shakes out of the initial one and goes again. Last play coming up now for the Hornets. Prendergast will shift the ball on. Radic looks to the sky. Chase coming down now, led by Royden Gillett, I think it is. Oh, what's happened there? Knock on first from Mount Albert, then from the Hornets. So this will be a Hornets ball. We'll have time off in the meantime, and I do hope Corey CTAS okay there. It was a bit of an ugly mid-air collision. Nothing malicious in it, but two players clashing in the air like that, never a good thing. So we'll have a pause here while they deal with Corey CTAS. While we do that, Troy, some thoughts from you on the first half. Interesting to see Mount Albert really utilising Natane V as that first receiver and finding some success off it. And I think I mentioned it at one point, it seems to be a real purpose to everything they're doing in attack right now.
Yeah, he seemed to really control the rhythm of the game there at times, didn't he? You know, the ebbs of the flows. I think, as we rightly said, you know, the first maybe 20-odd minutes, Howick had the momentum. They certainly had the area, you know, four penalties back-to-back. They had the territory, you know, they were certainly on the go. Mount Albert slipped one through, then I think they scored with one man down. And then all of a sudden, what about the beautiful try through the centres where, you know, had the big break, opportunities left and right, bang.
So back into it, Prendergast feels the brunt of Fraser's shoulder. Sorensen to Voeti Bell, who shows and then charges forward, and arriving to slow things down was Christian Petty, the 22-year-old. Coming off the interchange as Williams initially goes to ground and then got up, but Mozongi shut it down. There's a very late offload. Now Jethro Friend weaving some magic. Balls come loose. Play on will be the call here. Zero play now for the Mount Albert Lions. Lilinga just about breaking through. Sorensen comes to slow things down. Natane V wants to speed that right back up again. And he may have taken a bit of punishment there, Lilinga. He's limping off. It wasn't obvious on the live what happened. Natane V. Regan McLennan, last year's Auckland under-19s captain, son of Blue McLennan. He started more as a half in his career, but looks to be set for time as a middle forward, a 13 for the Lions. As Ackland kicks from dummy half, Lolasilo is there to claim it on the full. It's a good chase though from the Lions. And leading it is Haini Rogers-Brown. Gets shaken off the first one and then ragdolling him to ground as Vangana. Just short of halfway. Good return from Tarkin Lolasilo, who outside of that one mistake which led to the Fraser try has had a very good game so far. And what I assume is his Fox debut, 20 years of age. Prendergast. Neil Levu chiming across field. Friend misses out Charlie. Dummies again, Jethro Friend. Scored 2 tries in the grand final last year. Was the key player in that victory and picked up the Doug Price medal accordingly as the best player on the park. Friend down the left. Radic holds it up. Shifts it on again into the corner, and there's a try for the Hornets. Tamati Gribble it is who finishes it. Nice little touch in there from Drew Radic. Great shot from Pete's filming down there in the corner. And the Hornets hit back.
Fantastic blast here on the SAS action replay. And just managed to get that across to the edge there. Found enough room to get that try down. 4 points, and they certainly needed it, Corey, so they're back into the hunt here, 10-18.
So you can see the assignment ahead for Drew Radic. About half a metre in from that touchline. Almost on top of the crowd there. Shout out to the volunteers in the background running the sausage sizzle. Radic strikes, and it's a beautiful kick. Wow, game on. 18 points to 12. The Hornets hit back.
And they certainly needed to. Just so stuck across the field there at half time. The team chat for the Hornets was matching the energy, you know, and sort of upping the tempo. And they certainly did pretty well in the first 5-10 minutes there.
You may have picked that up on the commentary at home. Referee McMillan just asking the ball boys if they do maths at school and checking if they know where halfway is. So there you go. Some lessons on the job for the ball boys. I know what to get us back underway. It was a really nice hit back from the Hornets. Lucillo will field it. Oh, that was a bit ugly.
Ooh, well managed to regather.
Dear, oh dear. That was almost disaster. So back underway. Wayward passed out his dummy half that time as well. Carry forward there from Taylor Polder. Papakota Jr. Nice quick play of the ball. Tuia charges forward. Good first up contact though from Regan McLennan. Radic. The cousins Ropati and Ackland combining on that occasion to bring him down. Goes way out the back and Prendergast will unleash a bomb. Lalenga is under it. Takes it more than comfortably and then slips over. And he does not look 100%. Tika Lalenga may have picked up.
Yeah, a little bit ginger. Some of the Mount Albert boys still walking back to get on side.
Limped away from contact earlier, did Lalenga, and does look like he's carrying something there. So we'll monitor that as the game goes on. In the meantime, Hoani Rogers-Brown, who's met by a wall of blue. Fraser.
Oh.
Dropped ball. Neolevu stepping. Still going Neolevu. Lalenga takes him down. So another sway in this game as momentum changes from side to side. There's 6 points in it right now. Will that change in the next few minutes? Friend. Radic goes to the line. Double pump. Wore a shot for his trouble. Gillett going close. Wanted to get that offload away. Had Gribble unmarked on his outside. Good defence though from the Mount Albert Lions. They scramble across. Gribble goes back centre field. This is Lolacillo again. Look at the footwork on him. Friend. Vuiti Bao. Crabbing across field, links with Sorensen. Was that knocked on? No play on is the call from McMillan. Sorensen now centralises. 5 out from the line now, the Hornets. Friend, dummies both ways. Eventually links with Prendergast, who kicks in behind. This should be an easy one for Teo to watch go dead, and is. So a poor end to the set there from the Howick Hornets after it looked fairly promising. Credit as well to the Mount Albert Lions scramble defence. Doing really well to get across shut down what was brewing on the left edge for the Howick Hornets with Royden Gillett.
For a big settle here from Rory. No, fake. Back inside.
Lelinga still fighting, somehow still on his feet as well, eventually taken down by the leg lock. Tew shakes out the first one. Nehumai Tew, one to beat. Footwork on. Lolaseo does brilliantly. That's a try-saving tackle there.
Yep, man and all. Look for the quick play the ball.
V. Rogers Brown. Fraser. They got numbers on the left here, the Mount Albert Lions. Vangana wants an offload, wanted to keep the ball moving. Second phase has been a real mainstay of their game so far across the first 49 and a half minutes. Rogers Brown shakes out of the first contact. V is the hooker.
Oh,
Wayward pass, which is cleaned up by Lelinga. Lelinga now moseying around, looking for a little half gap perhaps. Lelinga just about went through the first contact. This is the last for the Lions. End-to-end footy. They've gone 90 metres on this set. Fraser kicks in behind. It's trapped off the leg and nicely reeled in the end, I think, by Brandon Lee. And now the Hornets go back to rucking it out from their end. This is Alan Neil-Levu.
good little dart there from Braden.
Gribble takes him up over the 40. Radic to Lee. Last play coming up now for the Hornets. Another bomb down towards Lelinga, who takes it comfortably and then links with Corey Sita and says wind up. Does so accordingly. Wore a big shot initially, but just seemed to bounce straight out of it. He's a good player as Corey Sita. Hails from Te Puke, where he played rugby union, represented Auckland a number of years ago in that game against the New Zealand Māori residents down on Rotorua. Reliable presence on the wing for Mount Albert for the last few years. Natane V, he's having a wow of a game in his Lions debut. Fraser is the first receiver. Dummies, goes himself and then pops a pass. He got space down this left-hand edge. Teal is set upon quickly and just as well. Every time he gets just a little bit of space, he looks threatening. Ackland is going to kick back across to where the ball came from. But Lolaselo read that one like a book. Fraser it is who leads the charge. Gribble bumping that ball forward. And after probably quite a few errors in the first half, Troy, a real nice arm wrestle starting to develop here now. Both teams showing their quality and their possession work.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things I'm finding interesting just in the off play is you have a look as the guys getting back on side when they've got the ball. I think a little bit of stamina coming into the game now for both teams.
So 40 off their own line. Radic will kick from inside. Lelinga is back. There's no real danger of a 40-20 here. The bounce is a bit deceptive. And by the end of it, it's almost in the end goal, but Lelinga has time to scoop it up and return the football. Good tackle down low by Sorensen. Speaking of good debuts, Sorensen looking very much at home in the centres. Pretty sure he wouldn't have appeared at Fox level for the Hornets so far. Corey Sita comes in looking for some work. Wrestled to ground and Brandon Lee's involved in it. It is the Lions, sponsored by Russell Gordon, who lead the Howick Hornets 18 points to 12 in this one. The Hornets sponsored by Program Scaffolding.
Nice little drop on the inside. Good offload.
Coming through the middle now, Falilua Malio looking for a friend. Finds one in Aidan Ackland. And the Lions are in again.
Great try.
Johnny Falilua Malio breaking down through the middle. And Aidan Ackland, as he so often is, looming in support. He gets the treats on that occasion, but a lovely try from the Mount Albert Lions.
Beautiful drop on the inside. Rory looming there. Look at that nice little offload. Great support. And basically just clipping the heels back at this point, having a look left and right, drew the player. Bang, and who's the man? Aidan Ackland. Nice little clean up there and just basically ran away to the far corner. 4 points. Wait for the kick to come.
The support play has been excellent throughout this game, really, Mount Albert hasn't it? Every time they've made a little half break, there's been 2 or 3 players in the frame. And no different that time. Ricky coming through on the left and Aidan Ackland on the right.
Yeah, wee bit of water getting hydrated around the place. Hope they realise there's a drought on. Yeah, there you go, eh? Must have picked that one early. Yeah. Well, we've probably lost that many of them.
Back in action again next week with the other 2 Roosters taking on the Mangere East Hawks. It should be a really good game as well. Bit of a reminder as well, if there's any coaches out there who are already on their coaching journey or maybe thinking about taking it up, some great courses available on the Auckland Rugby League website. They're all free to do as well. Some really good, interesting stuff on there, including psychology and coaching courses, safeguarding for coaches. So jump on there. There's the online learning tab. Take a look. Speaking of the Te Arotu Roosters, they'll be holding a holiday blast through the holidays as well. Jump onto their website or Facebook page or the Auckland Rugby League Holiday Blast page for full details for that.
And it's great activity for the kids, and it's certainly, you know, a cost-effective day out as well.
So Ackland on target. The Lions lead by 12 once again, 24 points to 12, 54 and a half gone after long stoppage for that conversion. We lost the football for a while there. The Hornets quick to get back to halfway. They'll want to get back going here. They just seemed like they'd maybe gone some way to wrestle momentum back their way. And then Mount Albert strike once again to stretch that lead a little. So a towering one down towards Ackland. Reels that in and winding up off the back fence. Tafui. Rogers Brown looked high. Play on the cool.
There.
Preston Dickey. A good game. Preston in the second row scored a try early on. Falilo Malio again, look at him. He's lightning out of dummy half. So good at identifying when there's that little half gap there. The markers haven't quite got square or someone's struggling to get back in the line.
He's dangerous around the ruck, isn't he?
Ackland kicks back across. Lilinga coming through. Pressure on at the back. It's well taken by Neo Levu. Shakes out of the first one and Allen says, I'll chew off some more. Beats another one and then eventually coming across. Finds a couple of the bigger men in the Mount Albert middles. They take him to ground. Quick play the ball though. Charging forward now. Pops a little offload out the back. Prendergast is Johnny on the spot to retrieve. Sorensen. Good strong carry through the middle.
Yeah,
Takes him up over halfway. Brandon Lee. Tackled down low by Ackland. Reece Charlie making good yardage here of the Howick Hornets. Still tackles up their sleeve. They're on the short side. Radic to Nahu Main. Ball's loose. That'll be a knock on. And it's going to be called a strip. Probably a little bit blindsided there, the referee.
He looked like he went for the offload. But, pulled it back in.
Of course, we have the luxury of a camera looking straight at that angle there. The match officials do not. But either way, it's a Howick ball, and they go back on the attack. They trail by 12, 57 and a half gone here at Paparoa Park. Hawani Rogers-Brown dishing out a bit of punishment. Friend. Comes back infield. Lolasilo does well to reel it in. About 5 short of the line here, the Hornets. Lee burrowing low. Brandon Lee might have got there. He has. Brandon Lee hits back. A valuable try for the Howick Hornets, a timely one as the hour mark approaches, and it's just a tough carry from Brandon Lee after the repeat set.
As you see here on the sporting replay, Jordan Friend shaped to go right, switched it back to the left. Nice, low, strong drive, carries 2 across, and that's 4 points.
He's had a nice little game, Brandon Lee. He started at prop. Tuia coming off the bench. So Radic to attempt the conversion and once again make this a 1-score game.
We're having flashbacks to the grand final of 2019. We go into extra time, golden point.
Flags are up. And it is 24 points to 18. We won't be going to golden point because I don't think there is any golden point in the regular season. Hope Pat Carthy's not listening to your lack of knowledge of the green book there, Troy.
Don't be a Pat. Oh, don't worry, Pat. I've got my little red book, or my blue book, or my green book. I've got one of those books here.
And you will be studying that religiously tonight, I would imagine. So the Lions now just taking their time to get back. They just want to reset here.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, all the updated news comes to you via our website, www.aucklandleague.co.nz, and you'll be able to see our live stream activity over the next 15 weeks, 11 weeks, and then into the finals, I should say. Kick-off's deep.
Reece Charlie winding up. Brings it back towards Preston Ricky and Rory Ropati involved there as well. The Howick faithful now starting to fire up a bit on the hill. You can hear it getting a whole lot more vocal down here. As we enter the final quarter of the match. Friend. Polder, I think it is, with good leg drive, takes the ball forward. Around about 12 short of the halfway line. Springing their step now, the Hornets. Reece Charlie will want an offload. Gets one. It was a little unorthodox. Lolasilo now spots up. Goes straight to the middle now. Lolasilo, he's got to beat Lilinga, but it's a brilliant covering tackle from the Mount Albert custodian. Superb stuff, but can they get back and get that line reset? It goes Prendergast to Radic. Radic up over the top. Royden Gillett to Gribble. Gribble! The foot was out. The foot was out. That is a great call from the touchy. And we'll take a look at the replay there if we can get one as well. You can see Mount Albert did well to recover initially and then looked like they may have been caught out on this left-hand side, but they shuffle across and you'll get a good view here of that foot going into touch. Yep, there it is.
Not much in it.
My colleague not sounding as confident as I am, but Corey Sita, full marks for the covering tackle.
Excuse me.
So the Lions now look to ruck this ball out via Christian Petty, who gets driven back. Gone up a notch all of a sudden this match. Lilinga. One down low, one up high, does the job. Vangana bumping that ball forward.
We want it to be desperate to contain them down here.
Falilo Amalio. Over the top goes R4. Falilo Amalio takes a free ride. On the back of the 14, which was Connor Morris for the Howick Hornets. Reece Charlie now doing his best to slow it down. Pushing the limits a little there with the referee. Charlie pressures Ackland. Lolasello brings it under, and look at the wall of yellow up very quickly. They wrestle him to ground about 15 metres off his line.
Some of the Hornets boys still yet to get back into field of play.
Gillett breaking free down the left. Smart to head infield and get away from the touchline, which was looming. Radic. Nice little power spin there from Brandon Lee. Look at the Mount Albert line, though. They're up so quickly right now. Gribble. Radic to Charlie. Charlie taken down just short of halfway. It is the Lions who lead 24-18. 63 minutes gone. Radic will play. Nahu Main. Gillett has to kick. It's a good little one in behind as well. Sita looking to wish that one over the sideline. Has to make a play at it. And Royden Gillett straight away there on top of him. End-to-end stuff. A real game of chess right now developing here at Paparoa Park in round one of the SAS Fox Memorial Premiership. Vangana. Knock on the call. So Howick will get possession. Ackland unhappy with the decision. As we wait for the scrum to pack down, another reminder of the D Up for Damo game tomorrow. The Howick Masters team will take on the invitational side. Be a whole lot of fundraisers going on. It all kicks off at 2 p.m. The bar open from 3. So if you can, get down and support. It's a worthy cause for Damien Miller, who was unfortunately suffered a bad accident over in Australia and is now paralysed. So raising some funds to help him and his family through this testing time. Back to the action. Radic feeds the scrum, goes Prendergast. Lolasello beats the first one with the little step. Neolevu smart to head back in, still powering away though, and arriving late was Christian Petty to perhaps help save the day. Prendergast working the ball forward now. This is Taylor Polder. Misses out Charlie. Oh, it's a yawning gap. Ford is the call, though. It did look a little too good to be true. So, no luck on that one, the Howick Hornets. Taylor Polder doing his best to make his case. So the Lions dodge a bullet on that occasion.
Just a quick shout out to the firm. Good to see them on the nape of the neck of all the Hornets jerseys, and you know, the boys down here support really, really well. So well done, the firm.
So V with the feed. Corey Sita. How costly will that missed opportunity prove to be for the Howick Hornets? Ackland turns back to the inside to Ricky. Oh, lovely. Lilinga now through. One-on-one battle between the two fullbacks. Lolasello chops him down. The ball's loose. And I think there's a knock-on at the end there. Yes, there is.
Wow. That's one of the best vertical sidesteps you'll see this year until maybe next week, Corey.
How good was that sequence of play, though, from Mount Albert? It was incredible. Credit to the Hornets, though, who do enough to scramble across and deny it. There's now a player down in back play. So a pause while we deal with that.
Yeah, there was about 3, 4, maybe 5 minutes of relentless pressure down there, and they just broke out. There was a nice CTAS party down here. Former Warrior, former St. Helens player, Kiwi. I think his young son was playing in the reserves match earlier. Back to the action.
He's one of my favourite players growing up, actually, Tia. The early days of the Warriors.
Well, you obviously weren't billeted with him.
Howick back on the football. 12 and a half to go. It is the Lions who lead by 6. Rematch of last year's grand final. First bragging rights on the line as well as the Stormont Shield. Radic double pumps. Finds Neo Levu, who's had an impressive game. He really has. He's going to go close to the sideline. And Aidan Ackland, loving every moment of that one. Preston Ricky as well getting involved. And now the boys are going to exchange a few words.
Yeah, just need to have cool heads prevail here.
Speaking of famous faces in the crowd, Bunty Afoa there in the background. Watching, no doubt, Victor, who I believe is his little brother, in action for Mount Albert in the front row. Bunty, a player the Warriors could very much use right now. Missing some presence in the middle of the park right now. Kiwi franchise, a tough night at the office last night as well against the Rabbitohs. So once again, that Mount Albert right edge, which is Ackland, Rolpati, Ricky and Corey Sita, they stand up to it defensively. So move the ball early in the count this time. Teal shakes out of the first contact, but they do enough to hold on and bring him down. Looking a little bit bunched here, Mount Albert, as they suck in the big ones. They've had to soak up a fair bit of defensive pressure in the last 5 or 10 minutes. Falilo Malio.
He's been busy all day.
Regan McLennan leaps out of dummy half and chews off another 7 or 8 metres. Falilo Malio to Ackland. Ackland unleashes one towards the heavens. Brought in comfortably, though, by Neo Levu, who looks like he's gone to fullback now, so maybe a reshuffle in this backline for the Howick Hornets potentially. Keep an eye on that. Can't see if Lolasilo has left the field or not. So they work the ball forward now. And this is Taylor Polder, I think. In fact, it's the 11, Nahu Main. Gribble coming in looking for a bit of work, and boy, he gave away a few kgs in that collision. 10 short of halfway. Friend jumps out and gets a penalty. Oh, that is a veterans play if ever you've seen one from Jethro Friend. Knew exactly what he was doing there.
Communication back up again, kicking for touch. Here come the Hornets. What can they build from here?
Nine to play. Royden Gillett ragdolled to ground. They're 25 short of the line right now. Jethro Friend is the man organising in the middle of the park. Radic, where's a big shot from Falilua Malio? Friend to Reece Charlie. Reece Charlie goes backdoor. Prendergast. Neil Levu. Neil Levu to Sorensen to Gribble. Great tackle, Teal.
Great cover tackle.
Oh, there's been some incredible defence from the Mount Albert Lions today. And once again, Nehumai Tiu getting there in the nick of time to bundle Gribble into touch that time. Gribble looks like he's swapped wings as well. He was playing down that left flank earlier. Now has gone over onto the right with Neil Levu going to fullback. So if they are to go on with the game today, the Mount Albert Lions, it'll be a victory built off defence. Really, the Howick Hornets, they could have had 3 or 4 tries that have been either disallowed or someone's been bundled into touch in the lead-up. They've been excellent off the ball.
As I think the odd forward pass at the last of the execution.
Just watch out for these tiring forwards. You just feel like some of these Mount Albert smaller men could bust the game open at some point here. Watch for Falilua Malio, watch for the likes of Teal, Aiden Ackland as well. There are some tired bodies on the park right now, and fair enough as well. It's been a frantic pace for the first game of the season. Good contact there from Jethro Friend, who bounced back initially and then did enough to take Amone Tafui to ground. And play on is the call. Last one now. McLennan. Bit of an awkward looking kick, but it does the job. Splits Neil Levu and Gribble. And Gribble now brings the football back. 7 to play. Stormont Shield on the line. There's the defending premiers who trail by 6 points. Sorensen, one of Howick's best today.
He's had a solid day, and I dare say his mum will be very happy, so he might get a cooked dinner when he gets home.
Clayton Williams, prop on prop there, charging up over Amone Tafui. Vueti Bao, JT breaking free. Looking for a quick play, the ball is out of penalty. Play on is the call from McMillan. They'll go down the left-hand side. Radic to Nahu Main, who's looking for a friend. Finds Williams. They'll come back infield now. Vueti Bao with the bounce. Prendergast kicks in behind. There's a couple there. Tiu cleans it up beautifully. Nicely done there by the man on Fox debut. No choice there really but to run out of dummy half. Good contact from Taylor Polder.
He got it away.
Still promoting that second phase. Falilua Malio straightens and runs into the chest of Clayton Williams, which probably is not your ideal target. Natane V dummying to go back on the inside, instead takes the tackle. Ball's loose. Was that stripped? Yes, it was. Strip from Jethro Friend is the call. They'll take their time here, the Lions.
Jethro still bleeding that one. Five minutes to go. And I know in the build-up to this game, Corey, you got to catch up with John Ackland, the coach. Said they didn't really think too much about this game or the grand final from last year, but I think this will be one he'd like to get under his cap.
Yeah, well, certainly a good way to start the season if you can pick one up over the defending premiers, but still time left in this one. 4.5 to play. There's life left in this game yet. A bit of a delay there, Mount Albert looking at referee McMillan. Not sure what that was all about. Natane V to Afoa charging, and straight away is looking for that offload. He had McLennan looming in support. Tackles still up their sleeve here, the Mount Albert Lions. Natane V, last year's lock of the year in the Fox. Falilua Malio, Ackland.
Nice
Preston Ricky beats one. Preston Ricky, there's the game. Preston Ricky breaks away down that right-hand side, put the early fend on, and then had the toe to get through. His second try of the game, and that'll be the one that gets the Lions home today.
SAS action replay here, and as we can see, young Ackland spinning it to the right edge, and really just a little bit of fatigue there. Got on the outside man, and big, strong, lanky bloke. Too hard to stop in that distance, and 4 points, and look how happy the Lions boys are. Yes, strapping lad, waiting for the kick to come. Way over on the far side. Once again, big thank you to SAS Sporting Apparel, a major sponsor of the Fox Memorial, along with CTAS, our live stream partners, and Pete's Filming and Goal Action. And big effort for all these boys. They get up early in the morning to come down here to bring you the live stream. And, you know, it wouldn't be possible without the Auckland Rugby League and the fortitude and insight from our Auckland board, along with Greg Firepoo. A lot of fans here today, Corey.
Yeah, it's been a great day at the footy. Looks like it's going to be the result that the home crowd were after, but completely impressive today, the Mount Albert Lions. Looking really, really sharp as Ackland attempts to make this 30 points to 18.
Oh, he's muffed it.
It's a low one.
I certainly won't be talking about that kick, Aidan Ackland, or looking at the replay over and over and over.
Good sportsmanship from Aidan there. Copped it from the hill, turned around and gave them a smile. I dare say Aidan's probably going to have the last laugh in this one anyway. So the Hornets back to halfway. Siren goes in the background, and that's all she wrote. Mount Albert Lions draw first blood for 2020. They win the Stormont Shield. An impressive performance from the Lions, who went down early and player in the sin bin after just a few minutes, but fought back beautifully and were deserving winners on the day. It is the Mount Albert Lions who win this one, 28 points to 18. Stay with us, a short break before we resume with the coverage, post-match interviews and presentation of the Stormont Shield as the champion of champions.
It's the one with the fur on it. Yeah. Yeah, for the picture. Yeah. Can you get Corey to take the microphone? Yep.
All right, as the teams gather in, we prepare for the presentation of the Stormont Shield, and it is ARL Chairman Shane Price on hand to present it.
I suppose the words need to come. We want to thank everybody. It's been 3 months coming in regards to getting football back on the field. But just a brief history of this. The Stormont Shield means champions of champions, which means whoever gets together after winning the Fox challenges the team who's got the root rooster. So this is the champions of champions. You take it away to your club. This year it goes to Mount Albert.
So there you have it, the Mount Albert Lions Stormont Shield champions for 2020 as they group up for the team photo. Captain Aidan Ackland and Foniteka Lalinga with the shield in their arms. So there you have it, your 2020 Stormont Shield champions. That concludes our coverage here. Well done to the Mount Albert Lions victors today over the Howick Hornets. We're back in action next week with Te Atatū up against Mangere East. Thanks for tuning in.